What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Cowboys Corner. Talking Crazy Special Edition Thursday. All right. We got the Giants tomorrow. Cowboys coming off another loss. Man, oh man, oh man. That Ravens butt whooping was definitely a butt whooping. And we're live. We're here. We're now. Talking Crazy Special Edition. Brando, the best moderator in the game. All right. Slayton is questionable. Doherty Jackson is out with the calf injury. Drew Phillips out with the calf injury. Signing Ty Summers from the practice squad to the active roster with the giant moves right there. Thanks for that, Brando, the best moderator in the game. Craig English in the house. What's up, Big Mike? What's up with you? We got Eshawn backstage. There's Eshawn right there.
What's going on, man?
What's up? We got Mozzie Tool. What's up? I'm ready for this. We are ready for some Talking Crazy for show, guys. Thank you guys for coming in. I posted in the community tab who will be there for Talking Crazy tonight. And we had like 30-something people interact with that post.
Nice.
If you guys can click like for me as we go through this. Eshawn, how you been, brother? How's your week?
Man, I'm good, man. Just, typical work week, busy, but can't complain. How about yourself?
Can't complain at all. But I can't complain about these Cowboys, Eshawn. The embarrassment that the Ravens gave the Cowboys at AT&T. Cowboys dropping 3 at home, including the Packers playoff embarrassment. Embarrassment after embarrassment after embarrassment after embarrassment, Eshawn.
Yeah.
Where do the Cowboys go from here, Eshawn?
Well, that's the $1 million question, right? I don't know, man. I mean, it's frustrating, I think, for everyone. But bottom line is we just have to come away with a win, tomorrow. And I mean, where I'm skeptical is that, for one, we can't stop the run. And no matter what we think about Daniel Jones, he's not a good quarterback. We all know that. But the fact is, the one thing that guy can do is run. And we can't stop the run. So, and so that's one problem for tomorrow's game. But also, I mean, these guys are like going back and forth. CD and Dak are like, how they were looking on, not just on the field, but I mean, them arguing on the sidelines and all that kind of stuff. It's not the first time we've seen that sort of a thing. Right. And I mean, we saw it in the Packers game. Micah basically talking after the fucking game, as he always does. But I think the biggest thing in terms of where we go, it's like, there's no accountability. Like, none of the players are being accountable for the loss. Like, they're being defensive or getting all worked up about it. But so that's kind of where, like, I don't know where we go. Like, how can we honestly, like, it's I don't know. I mean, it was obvious what the flaws with this team were heading into the season, and people are acting surprised now that we're like looking this way. When we all knew that we didn't have a running game, we all knew that our defensive tackle room was awful. So I mean, I don't know where we go from here, man. They got to figure something out. That's all I can really say. I mean, it's frustrating, but I don't know. I mean, it's. I just think we're not a good team. That's just honestly what I think it is. And until they prove otherwise, that's the only proof I really have, to be honest. So,
100%, Eshawn. Thank you for that. My brother there, Patrick G6. That's my blood brother. Same mama. All right. He's a New York Giant fan. It is. He was supposed to come down to the casa, but he couldn't make it. He had some work things get in the way. Mm-hmm. But I wish your team all the bad luck, and I hope you tune in so I can tell you how the Dallas Cowboys will beat them stank Giants that you represent and root for, Patrick. So stay tuned. I hope you're still watching. Man, so Reyes is going to the game.
You're going to the game. Nice.
He's going to the game. He's also a New York Giant fan, big supporter. He's like he comments on a lot of our on Cowboys Corners videos and stuff like that. So I do appreciate him. He's also a Giant fan that supports me. So I do appreciate all the interaction. I hope you have fun at the game, but I hope you leave mad.
Yeah.
Have fun, but leave mad. All right.
Yeah.
I'm in Kansas, man. I'm in Kansas, close to Wichita, Kansas. Moved up here for work purposes, but nice. Texas is my native stomping grounds. I got a Texas birth certificate. So if something in the United States hits the fan, if shit hits the fan in the United States, I can go back to the holy land of Texas because I got that birth certificate. My family and I are very protected when it says birthplace Texas. So all the other states, all the other 49 states, good luck when shit hits the fan. But Texas would be the place to be.
Nice.
But yeah, man. Hey, this Ravens beatdown is we saw it coming. No surprise. We saw it coming.
Yeah.
I feel like, if they did things, they could have won this game, right? But we coulda, woulda, shoulda. If ifs and buts were in cans and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas, right? You got to look at what we did here, and what we did was we took a big L. The Dallas Cowboys, Eshawn, in 3 games has allowed 557 yards rushing.
Yeah, no, I heard that stat. Yeah.
Hasn't been done since 1963.
Yeah. And they're trying to argue we're a generational defense after that. Like, it's like, really? I'm like, come on. But that's embarrassing, man. I mean, that's like, what, over 170 rushing yards a game or something? Something like that? I mean, geez.
It's not good.
I mean, but yeah, the point being is that it's awful.
Holy shit, Winter Allen. You did not have to do that. You guys, like the super chat for me if you could. Winter Allen with the $25 super chat, showing some love and support. You've done enough just showing love and support by coming on the live stream and commenting, but you go above and beyond sending $25 super chat, Winter Allen. Thank you so much. She's also a member of Cowboys Corner, so she shows all kinds of love and support. Without you guys, without people like Winter Allen, Cowboys Corner, talking crazy, the Frisco Report, Freaky Friday, that stuff just don't happen because it helps me with the equipment, with the lighting, the laptops, the mic, the subscription of Streamlabs has went up. It's like $44 a month now.
Really?
And so that stuff right there helps tremendously. And, the memberships, I think it's like $1.99. But that stuff helps that helps that just be $40 for me. But Winter Allen's going to be the sponsor of today's show. All right, coming in clutch. Winter, thank you so much, man. You show enough love and support. Thank you. But wow, Winter, thank you. Hasn't been done since 1963.
Right.
How do you chalk this up? Do you chalk this up from the lack of moves in the offseason? Mike, another gifter that helps with make this stuff possible. Appreciate you coming in here, Mike. Do you chalk this up with the offseason? Do you chalk it up with the draft? Do you chalk it up with them not signing Dak and Lamb until basically 1 week before the season? All these holes.
Yeah.
All these holes.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll figure it out, or is this what this is?
Well, here's the thing. Right now, the only proof and the only evidence we have is that they won't fix it. Because we knew going into the race, my grandmother can tell you that Lamar Jackson runs. I mean, everyone knows that they can run. Everyone at AT&T knows they run. We know that. So it's not rocket science that the guy's a dual threat quarterback. And we could not stop him. We could not stop Derrick Henry. I mean, I haven't seen Derrick Henry look that good since the Titans, man. Like when he had that 2,000 rushing yard season or whatever that was, right? So, I mean, until they prove to me that they can fix it, I have no evidence to believe that they will fix it. Now, can they? Sure, I guess. But I mean, they have to show me that they can put together like, and it won't just be like one game. Like if we beat the Giants and if we stop the Giants, like if they abandon the run, or whatever, however it may be, like let's not get not you and me, but like I don't want people to get so like hyperbolic that we can stop the run now off of one game. No, they have to put a consistent stretch together of showing me that they can consistently stop the run. But it's been an issue now for like 2-3 years. It was an issue under Quinn. Now it's an issue under Zimmer. So I think it's a combination of personnel. I think it's a combination of the draft. Last year's draft was a bust. We know that. Like it was an awful draft last year. And so, and now our defensive tackle room this year, I mean, man, it's bad, man. Like, I hate to jump on the Mozzie's a bust thing, but I mean, he's being pile drived on the field, man. And he's not in a year, what is it, a year and 3 games. I haven't seen any growth, anything from him that shows me any sign. And he was our first round draft pick last year as a defensive tackle. So I don't know. I mean, can we get it fixed right now? I have to say no, because they've not shown me that they can even. I mean, just think about the holes against the Ravens, against the Saints. Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry weren't even getting touched till like 15, 20 yards downfield. And so like they weren't even getting touched. So, I mean, I have no evidence. I don't think it will get fixed. Can it? Sure. Will it? I doubt it.
And Mike read my mind. Going into the Jerry Jones, or excuse me, the hashtag Fire Jerry Jones, the GM, is on Twitter. Look up the hashtag. It's super serial. I participated in it. I love seeing the fan protests at the start. We need more people going to the start to protest, fire the entire Jones family, and hire a real GM. Mike, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. You guys click the like button on the super chat for Mike. I do appreciate that. Absolutely 1,000%. I am all for the protest. For a few years, Eshawn, for a few years, I've been wondering why the hell this hasn't happened sooner.
Yeah.
Why hasn't this happened sooner, Eshawn? You got Jerry Jones making these moves as if it's 1990, and he's bringing in guys like Charles Haley and Dion and drafting guys like Emmett and doing all these things. He has not done that. Jerry Jones, after the last Super Bowl, has like 5 playoff wins.
Yeah.
That as a GM.
In 30
Any
years.
GM in the National Football League would be fired.
Right.
Fired. Capital fired.
Yeah. No, honestly, yeah.
We need more fans to protest that. Jerry, step down. Let Steven step away from the game of football because he don't know what he's doing. These guys, sure, Jerry played offensive lineman at Arkansas. Sure, he was in the business of oil. Sure, he did all these things, but that does not make you qualified to be a general manager in the National Football League, Jerry Jones. Stephen Jones, just because you came from the fruit of that loom doesn't mean that you're qualified to be anything in a front office capacity of running a football team. And this is the result that we're getting from it. From incompetence of a general manager and the competence of a front end. And I didn't see a lot of stuff about make Will McClay the general manager. Not while I'm here.
Really, I didn't even know that was the thing.
Yeah, that's becoming the thing. Not while I'm here. That ain't gonna happen. We got a few people coming in after I just got done ranting here. BTP, what's up? Here we go, guys. 3 down. 2 to go. All right, 1980 in here. You guys give him a sub if you haven't already. Yes. Even Tiffany Gomos is part of the Fire Jerry movement. We need this movement to take off. We need this movement to take steam. Eshawn, it's your turn to rant about old Jerry Jones.
Man, here's the thing, man. Like I'm, as it pertains to people. I didn't even know that people were protesting at the start. That's good. But the thing is that. Let's face it, man. If we beat the Giants tomorrow, it's not going to continue. Like we know that. You know that. I know that. it's a reactionary thing off of the fact that we lost 2 straight at home, because the fact is, we fans like you, myself, Savage, we're the minority when it comes to Cowboy Nation, right? Like, most of the fans don't speak the truth. There's, most of the fans are like drinking the Kool-Aid and all of that stuff. So, Savage has made a point repeatedly that 80,000 seats in a preseason game. And so if that doesn't say everything, I really don't know what will. And so Jerry's not gonna even if he steps down, we all know Steven's gonna be. I mean, shit, man, at the rate that it's going now, Jerry Jones is like great grandson's gonna own the Cowboys in the next 30 years. At the rate that it's going now, like I don't see any. I don't really have any optimism when it comes to the general manager room. Whether he steps down or not, Steven's gonna be worse, I think.
He already is.
Yeah,
he already is.
And so if and when he owns the team, I mean, it's gonna be even worse, I think. So like that's already one red flag right there. And then we don't know how it's gonna just keep going down. So sure, am I happy that people are finally protesting after 30 damn years? Sure. But do I think it's gonna last? No. Because the moment that we win a game, people are going to get all hyped up and stuff. And the 90%ers, like the gangbangers, as 1980 says, are going to eat everything up that Jerry's going to spit out. Come Thanksgiving, when he says this team is as good as Troy Aikman Super Bowl seasons, those guys are going to eat that shit up. So, I think it's just a reactionary thing. And I don't think it's going to last, to be honest. It's frustrating, but I mean, I guess that's just what it is, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys with Talking Crazy special edition on this Wednesday. All right, we have the Cowboy Up podcast come through here. You guys subscribe to them if you haven't already. Excellent guys. I get in heated arguments, but guess what? They're finally giving me some flowers over there on the Cowboy Up podcast. All right. Finally giving me some flowers over there. It's okay. They're great dudes. You guys subscribe to them if you haven't already. And you guys, I put in there, click like for us, guys. Click like for us. It really helps the stream out.
Yeah.
And get this go out there. All right. It gets this out there. We're real fans. We speak the truth. We talk crazy. We say the stuff that people don't want to say right here on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. That's right. Let's he found that funny. Yeah, make me the GM, Craig.
I mean, shit, man. I mean, we might as well if we could.
But hey, we got the Giants tomorrow, Eshawn.
Yeah.
We got the Giants tomorrow, and I watched a little bit of film on them. I'm going to be honest. I
appreciate that, Brando, man. We would own it better than Jerry.
I want the Eshawn in the front office. Cowboy fan 1980 as the play caller. 1980 as the GM. Yeah, okay. Daniel Perez, thank you for that super chat on Saturday, brother. I don't know if you were here for me to tell you thank you or not, but I do appreciate that. Love it last Saturday. Winter Allen, they're saying, speak. Alexander, what's up, guys? Hey, but I watch these Giants on tape, man. Mm-hmm. And there's a few key pieces that stick out to me. Brando, the best moderator on YouTube, mentioned Adoree Jackson and Drew Phillips being out. Those are two top corners that really stick out on film when you watch these Giants. Number 27, Jason Pinnock.
Yeah,
he wears number 44. He could be a big problem. All right. Okay. Dexter Lawrence, he plays the inside. And you got Thibodeau as well. Those guys could be big problems for the offensive line. Mm-hmm. There's Burns. All right, they picked up Burns as a free agent as a linebacker. He wears number 0. He could be a big problem. If you can get pass happy against this defense with those corners being out, Eshawn, if you can get pass happy with those guys, you can make Burns do stuff he don't want to do. He's more like a Hassan Reddick, a Micah Parsons. He wants to go get Dak Prescott. But if you eliminate him and actually make him go play coverage and stuff, look out. All right.
Okay.
look out. The other linebackers is kind of mid. They got a number 4 over there, Chapman. He's actually pretty good too. I say this a lot. You have to go sack the quarterback. Daniel Jones, we beat these guys in both games combined 89-17. But this is an entirely different team. They got 3 new offensive linemen. A couple of them are free agents that they brought in. One from the Packers, and I forgot where the other guy was. Excuse my notes here. But they also got a new running back, Singletary, and they drafted Neighbors.
Okay, yeah.
So they have this type of monster attack here. Their tight ends, not really scared of a tight end. You gotta look out for Singletary, their running back, and you gotta look out for Neighbors, number 1, their wide receiver.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale Robinson, he could be like that Rashid Shaheed nightmare that the Cowboys had to put up with the Saints, right? But these guys are really stoppable.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
I mean, sure, they were a field goal away from. I mean, they were a field goal away from beating the Commanders. Their field goal kicker got hurt, right? Last week against the Browns, I feel like they were playing the Browns,
Right.
So I'm not taking this team lightly because they got playmakers that can go play.
Right.
I just told you those names. But yes, they're a different team. We're a different team outside of that 89-17, right? We're a different team. But I feel like, Daniel, we're talking about Daniel Jones here.
Right.
Hit him in the mouth. They got plays where they'll hand the ball off to Neighbors. They'll hand the ball off on jet sweeps, end around, stuff like that. Yeah. Singletary's very elusive. This might be the most elusive back that we played since Alvin Kamara. But he's not Alvin Kamara, right?
Right.
I think the Cowboys need to go show some pride. In 1980s, he's glad he's off. I guess to enjoy the damn game.
Ordinarily, I'd hate Thursday night games, but I am off Friday soon. So,
yeah, Winter Allen. The sponsor of today's show, Winter Allen. All right. So, do you know much about the Giants and what they're bringing?
Not really, to be completely honest. Other than Daniel Jones, I don't really know. I don't follow him, so I can't speak on it.
Okay. No, that's all right. What do you want the Cowboys to do against these Giants, Eshawn? What's your plan on that?
Well, I think we all know what we have to do. Look, the Giants are a bad team, man, but and I'm also not underestimating them, but that's more because of us than it is the Giants necessarily, because I think as far as it's obvious, man, stop the run and run the ball. That's what we have to do, I think. Now, can we is a different story. I don't really have any confidence that we can, but my thing is very simple, man. We just have to come away with a win. And I agree that a lot of it is about pride, because if we can't beat the Giants, if we think that we're bad now, then we're going to be in really deep. It's going to be rough if we lose to the Giants tomorrow. So so for sure, I think a lot of it would be to me, this game, even though it's not necessarily, the Giants are not a good team necessarily, I do agree that it, show some pride and being given how much that we've been gashed up the, in the run on a run defense, that has to be a point of emphasis. I just don't know what else to say beyond that. You have to be, but also I don't want to let the offense off the hook either, because for as bad as our defense has played, our offense didn't score until the last 4 minutes of the Ravens game, for the first 3 quarters, and then most of the fourth quarter up until garbage time, they had 6 points. So, and CD was dropping the ball, Dak was overthrowing, underthrowing as he's prone to doing, and we couldn't run the ball either. So I don't want to let the offense off the hook either. You have to be able to establish in some sort of a running game. Whether or not, at this point, we're not. I have no faith that we'll even get 50 yards rushing, but let alone 100. But establish something that way. We can at least keep them on their toes, sort of a thing. But they have to show me that they can do it, and that's ultimately what it is. So for me, it's a winnable game. We damn well better win. I'm gonna be like, we're saying we're in trouble now. If we lose to the Giants, we're really in trouble. And I'll be honest, if we lose tomorrow, I'm gonna have a lot less faith in this year's Cowboys. Even more, even though I don't have much now, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is the season's gonna be a wash. I think if we don't win tomorrow.
Right. And we got another super chat from Mike. If Micah has a good game against the Giants, the delusional Cowboy fans are going to compare him to Lawrence Taylor again. Mike, you're probably right. 100%. You're probably right. And we got a familiar face in the house, Space Cowboy Media.
It's been so long.
I knew him as Space Cowboy 17. Met the guy in December. Fantastic individual. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Big shout out to Space Cowboy Media. If you guys ain't subbed to him, please subscribe to Space Cowboy Media. I'm sure you guys know who he is. Excellent guy. Definitely, if we ever have time to go sit down and have some dinner, I'm buying Space Cowboy Media steak dinner. I don't know if he's vegan. He might be vegan. Are you vegan, Space? I don't know. I'm just trolling now. But he's a real good friend. You guys hit him up. Hit him up, man. This is going to be – let's see. This is what he said here. He said this is going to be the game 100%. That the 80 to 90% buy back into this team. 100%. And Space Cowboy could be right. You could be. But we're talking about Daniel Jones. It's a divisional opponent.
Yeah,
we beat them 89-17 last year. Right? They're going to want to come back and smack us in the mouth. They're a totally different team from the 89-17.
Right?
They really are. You look at what Neighbors is doing. You look at what Singletary's doing. They have some balance there, right? Someone said it in there. I want CeeDee Lamb to feast. Someone also said, I think it was Chris. He said, I want Rico Dowdle to get lots of carries.
Right.
I have it on my notes. Rico Dowdle might have his best game. I have it right there in my notes. Just because, yes, the Giants' line is good. But their linebackers are mid. Outside of Burns, that's mid. And then you talk about Adoree Jackson, Andrew Phillips out. I got my notes right here. Lamb and Cook should have a heck of a bounce back game. It's right there in my notes, Eshawn. I wouldn't lie to you. I'll show you. It's right there.
I believe it.
Another thing I got in my notes is because they got Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence and Chapman over there.
Yeah.
You gotta protect Dak.
No, yeah.
You gotta protect the wacky dacky wacky packy. All right, you just have to protect that. Number one is a problem. Wandale Robinson, we talked about him. Dude, the Cowboys have issues with. Oh man, y'all gotta see this. I wanna know if this will show up on the stream. Look, let me see the playback. This is pretty damn badass. Winter Allen over there using the logo. Oh, it doesn't do it. But if you go to the comment section, you'll see what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. We got confirmation here from Space Cowboy. He is no vegan. He is no vegan. All right. So steak dinner on me, Space, next time I see you. Steak dinner on me. I promise. Whatever steak you want. Tomahawk, Kansas City. If you get a filet mignon, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna walk out. I'm gonna die in a ditch. That's one of the worst pieces of meat you can have. It's so tender. It's so good. No, it's one of the worst meats you can get. If you get a filet mignon in front of me and we're at a good steakhouse, you paying for my plate. If you're that dumb to buy that $50 piece of meat. Oh, Daniel Perez is a new member of the corner. He's officially in the Cowboys corner. Gosh darn it! I gotta add him to the banner here. Yeah. Go ahead, Eshawn. Let me know something while I edit this.
No, man, it's See, all I can really say about this game, man, is I just hope we win. But I mean, look, if we can't beat Daniel Jones, man, I don't know what to say. I'm just gonna be like it's. He's not. God, man. The fact that I don't have confidence that we'll beat Daniel Jones, I think it says a lot about this team, to be honest. It's like, because at least last year, no matter what the problems were, I was like, okay, we'll smash the Giants. We'll smash the Commanders. Shit, man, I don't even know if we can do that this year. But the problem is that if we don't win tomorrow, you've talked about it. Our October stretch is rough. Like we got like a stretch of games where we'd be lucky to win like 2 games in October, I think. So I mean, we better win tomorrow. That's all I can really say. We absolutely have to win.
What's up, Iceman? What's up, Todd French, Brando Winter, Daniel Troy? What's up, guys? Space Cowboy. Man, the party's just starting. Talking crazy, getting crazy on the corner with Crazy and Cowboys. Because we got Cowboy champs in the building. He's in the building.
What's going on, champs?
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you doing, man?
Talk crazy, man. Talk crazy to me. Give me your rant for the Ravens. Give me your keys against the Giants. The floor is yours, champs.
Okay, first of all, I had already picked the Cowboys losing to the Ravens before the season started.
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing that really irritated me in that game was the fourth quarter. Why in the hell the coaching staff decided to run a hurry-up offense in the fourth quarter, and you could have been doing that in the first, second, or third quarter.
Yeah.
And another thing, why are you using Zeke on the outside and Deuce Vaughn in the inside? Why?
Right.
Another thing with the Dackaroonies. Why are you defending Dak passing game when he was basically he was off? He was looking 30 yards down the field. He's not throwing to the receiver properly. I mean, all around, we know that the defense sucked, but they did have at least 2 stops.
Yeah,
they had 2 stops, and the offense didn't do nothing. The only thing to me that Mike McCarthy wanted was that 65-yard field goal, so he can beat the NFL record. That was the only time the Cowboys really celebrated in that game.
Right.
And the fact that did you see how Derrick Henry just ran against the defense?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry would have been looking wonderful if with that star on his helmet instead of that T. And you have to blame that idiot GM. He talking about he couldn't afford it. No, it ain't the fact that you couldn't afford it. The fact that you even tried to, because you did not want to put money on running backs because you think that running back is a dime a dozen, which is not true.
Right. No, exactly.
And they say this, and the way they feel about the defensive tackles, one set, the same way, and they coming back to hump them right in their butt. And the problem is the Cowboys need to suffer. I'm talking about the front office and those 80% Jerry Jones Kool-Aid drinking fans that be out there in that stadium looking to Cowboys, and then next thing you know, they looking sad and crying. Y'all need to suck. We've been trying to tell y'all this for the longest. But no, y'all call us crazy. Y'all call us haters. Talking about we're not real Cowboy fans. No, we're trying to tell you the truth. We see what we see on the field. We're not looking at the game with our emotions. We're looking on what's on the field. And the fact remains, there's no way they're going to stop the run for the rest of the year. There's no way they're going to be able to run the ball successfully for the rest of the year. Because the fact is, the past 2 games, Dak threw the ball over 50 times. That's what's going to be the formula for the rest of the year. And really, Green Bay, New Orleans, and the Titans, before they had a hiccup, they gave every NFL team that played against Cowboys the formula how to beat them. They can't run the ball, go back in zone. On offense, run the ball right at the Cowboys, because the Cowboys can't stop a bag of cold. They can't stop SHIT.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. We got Danny Savage on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. What up, Savage?
Good evening. Good evening. Sorry,
He's in the building.
Sorry. What I missed? What was the topics?
Oh no, man! I'm just we already talked about the Giants. We already talked about the Ravens game. So Savage, I'm going to ask you this, Savage. I know you talked about it on Fifth Quarter Cowboys channel. Salute to my bro. I think you talked about it a couple of times on your lives that you have going on over there on the Savage channel. Brando, if you can drop that link in the comments, you guys subscribe to my dude Savage, and drop Champs too, so they can subscribe to Champs as well. Please, sir. What was your reaction? Give me your crazy reaction here on the Cowboys on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys.
Just like Champs just said, everybody that called us haters, everyone that called us naysayers, nah, man, we were just being honest, man. We were just giving an honest review of what we thought Dallas was going to be prior to the start of the season. And unfortunately, our fan base, you can't say anything bad about Dak. I understand what pisses me off, though, is our fan base is all like now turning on CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah.
But did they actually think a guy that didn't have a snap in preseason was just going to show up and be a well-oiled machine and in tune with Dak? No, so anyone with any common sense knew this was going to take time for him and Dak to create that chemistry for this year. What New Orleans did to us, we were kind of expecting it, and then we pretty much called the game right on the head against the Ravens. We're like, Lamar Jackson's going to destroy us right up the middle, and Derrick Henry.
That's it.
Especially Henry not even supposedly saying he getting called, and then Jerry saying we can't afford him, which we all know. What do you get, like a 1 year, $5 million contract?
Yeah.
I mean, there's more dead money against Zeke's contract.
Thank you, Brando. This is Danny Savage here talking. There's the link. If you guys want to subscribe to Danny Savage, there's the link to do so. And then Brando also dropped Champs link. So if you want to subscribe to Champs as well, y'all feel free. Go ahead, Savage.
Yeah, no, we were just being honest about it. And I mean, I think a lot of people, we overestimated. We have a very young team. We overestimated. We have two rookies on the offensive line, and they show a lot of promise. But no matter what, they're rookies. So they're going to see stuff on Sundays they never saw before in their life. I'll say it. I think Tyler Guyton's playing better than Terrence Steele. 100%. To be honest with you,
Terrence Steele's playing awful, man.
And as crazy as it is, stop it. My dog's looking at himself. The crazy thing is, out of all the spots we need going into next year, who's going to play right guard and right tackle? We could add those to the list.
Right.
I mean, we have to rebuild this defense. Let me tell you something. I think tomorrow night is a must win.
Absolutely.
Absolutely it is. 100% it is.
And you get Micah on his podcast saying, "Oh, you shouldn't judge us by our record." But then how should we judge you?
You are what your record says you are.
Exactly. How should we judge you? They're clueless. And like for the last few weeks, I've been saying I think Dak has changed. When Dak said before the New Orleans game, "Oh, New Orleans is not going to score for the first 9 possessions," would he have said that if he didn't get paid? I don't think so.
But it's even when he first got paid too.
When he first got paid, yeah.
And then
last Sunday, he's like, "Oh, jump off if you want, bro." I was never in.
Yeah.
But you wait to get paid, and now you say that.
Yeah.
And the crazy part is our fan base is 99.999% behind him. They're like, "Oh, look at his numbers. Look at his numbers." Yo, Corner called it Friday night. He said Dak's going to throw for about 350 plus.
That was fifth quarter Cowboys.
Fifth quarter. And boom, that's what happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even against the Saints, where was Dak's time? And then I tell people, and I go, let me ask you a question. I'm pretty sure the ending score was 28-25.
Yeah.
It's only a 3-point game.
Man.
We all watched the same game. Was that game ever close?
Nope. Not. It was never close.
Woo! We got a new member right here. He's officially in the corner. Mike, I appreciate it. Him and Winter are best gifters, and Mike just put himself in the corner, so I do appreciate that. Definitely helps. The channel and putting these together and paying for this StreamYard crap, dude, to put logos and layout out cost me $45 a month. So I do appreciate that. All that helps put that. I mean, all the money I make on YouTube literally just goes to that StreamYard subscription. So
I didn't think it was that expensive, man. StreamYard.
Oh yeah, it's expensive to put the layout to do this layout.
I looked at it and I saw, maybe I was looking at it wrong. I saw it was like $90 a month.
If you get the business,
okay.
If you get the Cowboys Corner ain't a business. I try to tell Uncle Sam that when he makes me pay 50% taxes on my YouTube income. It's hey, this ain't a business, man. I don't got receipts for you. All right.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's very expensive.
Don't let the final score deceive us. Garbage time, garbage stats, says Daniel Perez. I wish Micah Parsons would shut down the podcast and focus on football. Can I talk on this real quick?
I also wanted
please.
This is why the culture in Dallas is so screwed up.
Talk about it. That's it.
We don't have a coach that's going to say, shut up and play ball. Get in the film room. How are you going to be on a podcast and you got you've got 557 yards rushing on you, and you're the face of the defense, and you're allowing 557 yards in 3 games. Hasn't been done since 1963, Micah Parsons. You claim that you're the leader. You go on TV and you say, Mike Zimmer, I love this system. It gives me the freedom. It gives you the freedom to do a podcast and not focus on what really matters, Micah.
Yeah, that's it. 100%.
And we need someone to come in here. And I get it. There's going to be people, I don't know how a grown man's concerned about, Michael's podcast. He was drafted to win games. He was drafted to be a difference maker. He wasn't drafted to do a podcast.
That's it. 100%.
Did he get a degree in media, or did he get a full ride scholarship to play football, and did he get drafted 11th overall to play football or not? Or did he get drafted to go play podcast Parsons? He got drafted to play football. That should be number one priority. But on Monday, instead of watching film and getting your ass kicked, you go on a podcast.
That's it. Yeah.
That rubs me the wrong way.
Go ahead, Eshawn.
No, I mean, to that point, like, see, this is my thing when it comes to Micah, man. He pisses me off. I'm going to be honest, because it's like, I've never once, like, we all know how talented the guy is and that how good he can play. But my issue is so much of the praise of people calling him the next Lawrence Taylor has 100% gotten to his head. And you cannot convince me otherwise, because think about it this way. His first season when he got on the Cowboys, he said, I'm not going to do podcasts. He verbally said this. The next season, he starts his podcast, and now here we are. And on the podcast, my issue is not literally when it comes to him talking. It's just that matters more than football. You know, he has
that's what it looks like. We don't know if that's true, but that's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. But the thing is, perception is reality to a lot of people, right?
That's true. That's a good point.
And so the thing is that it's, at least from what I'm seeing, I've never heard him once take any sort of accountability for any game. And because he came out after the Packers game and said he played a good game. And I'm just like, okay, man, like, you can, I mean, sure, he's not, you know, he doesn't necessarily have to say, oh, I played trash or whatever, but to say, oh, I had a good game, that, like, your ass got spanked 48-16. So, like, shut up. And, you know, just on this one, he's taking shots at teammates now and, like, you know, saying, oh, everyone's trying to be Superman. And I can pull up tape of seeing him trying being Superman and things like that. You know, well, I can pull up multiple plays and show that. So I just don't see any sort of accountability with him. And he's never stepped up in any big game. And people just use the fact that he's played wrong as an excuse And people just like to give him passes because he's talented. And it irritates me. It's like if it were any other defensive player, everyone would be ripping this guy to shreds. But because the 90%ers love him and, and I used to love him. But at a point, I'm just like, dude, shut up and just go play. And it pisses me off, man. I don't know.
Yeah, no. Champs, what do you got to say, man? I'll let Savage go after you, Champs.
I'm at the point now. Let's trade it, man. Let's trade him. Get a first round pick or second, first, second, or first or third, fourth, whatever. The Cowboys. He's too poisoned about the Cowboys coach.
That does, yeah, 100%.
That's fine. I mean, because while he's trying to tell everybody else not to play hero ball, what the hell he doing? He ain't doing shit.
Exactly.
They make it, and it's like he's blaming everybody else. The reason why he can't get no sacks.
100%.
Like crap little bitch. That's what I'm calling.
Savage, talk crazy.
He's a product of the Dallas media hype machine. Let's be honest. This is his 4th year in the NFL. And listen, we don't want to crucify him. It's only been 3 games. But what has he done in 3 games?
He hasn't
done nothing. And this past Sunday, when they threw him as some reps at middle linebacker, especially on running plays, he looked like he was clueless. He was getting misdirected. You can misdirect him to death.
To death, yeah.
To death, he was getting misdirected. And then they were running right up the gut. And then, like just what Eshaun said, I would have loved to heard the conversation in the 4th quarter when he was yelling at guys on the sidelines.
Dude, that irritated me so much.
Doesn't he have a mirror? What has he done in 3 weeks? Yet our fan base says, oh, he gets held. Listen, man, you can call holding on any play in the NFL. Every single play you can call holding. Aiden Hutchinson had 4.5 sacks this past Sunday. I'm pretty sure he got held. It's like, to be honest with you, it seems like he wants to be on ESPN already. He's thinking about that. And listen, I personally think there's no player ever that is untradeable. If someone offers you the right the right compensation pack, you get rid of them. But let's be honest, out of the other 31 teams in the NFL, how many of those 31 teams would make Micah the highest paid defensive player in the NFL? Because me personally, I just don't see it.
I think there will be a lot of desperate teams too. Because, here's the thing, like, no matter whether we want to get rid of him, like, and I understand what you're saying, but, like, I think the fact is, whether we want to get rid of him or not, 90% of the perception of him is that he's Lawrence Taylor. You know what I mean? And so that's just in our fan base, let alone the media talks about him like he's, the second coming of, like, Lawrence Taylor or Reggie White or something. So I do think that there will be a team. And I understand what you're saying, but I do think that there will be desperate teams to want to pay him. It
would have been nice to see him take the next step on progression, but like we say about Dak, have we seen Micah's ceiling? Because I don't know, we've yet to see him make that next step.
Right? No, sure.
And
I agree with you that look, if it were up to me, like, you've heard me talk about him, so, like, I really don't. Would I pay him? No, but would there be teams that would? I would think so, just because of his talent. You know what I mean? So
then I hope they would offer us a crazy trade compensation because
yeah.
Hey, real quick. Space Cowboy, I sent the link to you on Twitter, and Uncensored Cowboy sent it in the chat. And then Cowboys blog also in the house. We got some heavy hitters. But no, Space, you're more than welcome to come on and talk crazy here on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. Absolutely. 100%. And Cowboys blog, if you got time you want to come on, absolutely. Space, welcome to the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. This is Talking Crazy. It's the show I invented this offseason where fans can come on here, say whatever they got to say, and not get ridiculed by the big content creators. Because what will happen is the big content guys will make a call line. Fans will call on the line. they will disagree what they have to say. Post it on social media. But this here is a safe place to talk crazy. So, Space Cowboy, thank you for coming on. And talk crazy, please.
Nah, man, I just think this is funny because this season's going exactly how I thought it was going to go. And I'm not taking pleasure in saying that. It's just being real, like you guys have been saying on the show. I think that the main thing is that I expected the Cowboys to start 1-2. Again, I don't hope that. I hope to be wrong. I want this team to go 17-0, as many of us want to. But we got to be real that this team, and I've said it before the season began, it's a very top-heavy roster. And if those top-heavy players don't do well, you're going to see the results on the field, which is exactly what you're seeing. On top of that, that's why this team has just failed so far, is because when you have the younger players not doing their part, you want to know what ends up happening? You see what happened the last 2 games. Like, it's night and day. And it's just funny to me because I was seeing this thing on Twitter where it was like, oh, we needed to be humbled and all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, come on, bro. We're going to be humbled 2 straight weeks. No, it's just, it's called, you guys just suck, honestly, or you just need to find out who you are. And I think that the problem, too, is it's just how the team is built. You can't go through a whole offseason not knowing what you're going to do with your head coach. What's up, 1980? You can't go through a whole offseason not knowing what you're going to do with the quarterback or your certain players. I don't have a problem either way. I'm a fan. If they decided to do whatever with any of these players, I really do not care. I'm just here for the team, and that's it.
Right.
But at the same time, like, you can't. This is the end result of you not doing anything. And I think we got lucky last year with some of the additions we made. But this year's a prime example of why teams, like, you know how they always say, I think it was Stephen Jones said it. He was like, well, teams don't win the Super Bowl in the offseason, something to that effect, but you can lose it. This is, now again, it is early. I do think they're going to beat the Giants tomorrow, but that doesn't change. But I don't think that changes how I feel on the team. Like, I had them beating the Giants the next game, and it was just like, to me, that doesn't move the needle because here's what's going to happen. They'll probably rattle off a win or 2 against the Steelers. That might be a tough game. But they'll run into San Francisco. They'll probably get smacked in the mouth, and we'll be like, oh, here we go again. And it's just, dude, we've seen the same stuff. Exactly. And that's, not to, just keep going on my soliloquy, but to end it here is just that this team is very reminiscent in how it's constructed as the 11 through 13 Cowboys, where it's just like there's always something wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm just worried that they're going to, if they lose, like, I felt like if they had lost against the Ravens, like, let's say 28-6, I think we're having a whole different conversation. I feel like that gave that team a false sense of hope. I mean, I wanted them to come back. That would have been funny. But just seeing the Ravens melt down again in the fourth quarter is something just cannot change my it's just hilarious. But I will end on that of you can beat the Giants. In fact, if you can't beat this deplorable squad, I think you should be relegated, honestly, to Pee Wee football. But that's just me. But yeah, man.
I agree.
That's it for me. I mean, I don't know what you guys think.
And I agree with you. Like, the Giants is a must-win game. I got them down winning it. I looked at the Giants on tape space. Yeah, they got Dexter Lawrence. They got Thibodeau. They got Chapman. They got Burns. They got Dory Jackson and Drew Phillips out. We got Marquise Bell and Seatbelt Carson out. But I really feel like with the corners they have there, number 3, I don't even know his name, Deontay Banks. That guy's suspect as hell. I feel like if Banks is going to cover Lamb, Lamb's going to have a 200-yard game.
He's a high draft pick, also very high draft pick.
So Banks is one of the weakest guys over there. Drew Phillips being out is a huge addition because Drew Phillips likes to play real close to that line, blitz. He's a good tackler. He'll come in and make some plays. So with him being out is huge for this game here. That guy could be a real difference maker. I see their space, but I feel like if we can get sacks on Daniel Jones, they got 3 offensive linemen new. They're trying to figure it out, but I feel like our defensive line can go get some sacks as long as they stop that run. If they stop Singletary, they can go get some sacks.
That's sad that we're having a conversation about stopping Devin. That's no insult to Devin Singletary. It's just more so like, whatever we feel about some of these players, the fact is you can't win football games allowing the other team running 200 yards on you plus. Like that. Also, this is the thing. Think about it this way. the last two games you just had, you had Derek Carr. I think he completed less than 16 passes or something like that. And then Lamar Jackson only had to throw the ball 15 times.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, like, you can't win, like, you can't win one-dimensionally. And I think that's where teams are looking at the Cowboys. And I'm looking at them, and I'm like, they just have Dak Prescott basically as your only source of offense. And and the thing is that if you put him in that position, he will press, and then you'll see mistakes happen. And I think I was watching film on the Bengals because this is something that I noted as I was looking at this upcoming game against the Giants, is that the Bengals offensively have the same struggles as the Cowboys. Is they're not utilizing play action as much. They're not utilizing motion as much. And you're seeing the result. Now, sure, like, the talent of the Bengals is enough to keep them in the game against the Commanders. But the fact is that this is just who they are. And I think that that's what killed the Cowboys to start last year, which they were winning games, sure. But offensively, they just looked – they looked inept because they weren't utilizing motion. And it's just – I hate to keep saying it because it's been the same song and dance. They can't stop the run. They fail to use motion, and they don't utilize play action enough. And I think if they do run the ball, I'm shocked they don't even give Dalvin Cook a shot, because I love Zeke and all. I'm glad for what he's done for this organization. That dude's cooked. And then on top of that, I love Rico Dowdle. I've been his biggest supporter, but he did have an okay game if you look at the film. But I don't know, man. It's just too much for me, this team. So it's like, you go out there, take care of business on Thursday Night Football. But if they can't stop the run against that Giants team, dude, this season's cooked. Like, even if they win the game, even if they win the game, it doesn't matter, because I don't care. Like, my mindset has been, and that's why I haven't put as many videos out besides me moving, is that I do not care what you do this regular season. I'll be along for the ride. I'm going to enjoy it. I miss Cowboys football. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to get my hopes up and hoping, this team is going to miraculously fix all the problems. Not one trade is going to fix these concerns. I don't care if they go grab Amari Cooper again. They ain't going to fix your run defense. Nope. But, yeah, man, I don't know. I just think that this team needs to figure out how to do it offensively. That's it.
100%. I agree. 100%. Go ahead, Savage.
Go ahead.
No, I agree with 1,000%, especially on offense. This team has no identity. We have no identity. Yeah. What are we? Are we a running team? Are we a passing team? Are we a team that just can't put up points for 3 quarters and then just puts up points in garbage time? What is our identity? I think Ferguson being hurt us a lot more than people realized. Yeah. I think they rushed him back. You can tell he was clearly in pain this past Sunday. And I don't know why they would do that with such a young player, with such promising, his best years are ahead of him. I don't know why they would rush him back to play against Baltimore, especially when you have a short week coming up against the Giants. I mean, the kid's not from practice this week, so you expect him to just step back on the field a few nights, a couple hours later and be successful. I don't know. That's yet to be seen. But it's just this offense we have no identity. None whatsoever.
And this team, I said this during the game, man, but this team is reminding me of the 2020 season. Because, if you remember the way that season went, we couldn't stop anybody. And then they would we couldn't score points either. And then we'd rally back in the very end. This is very, very much reminding me of that team. I'll be honest. It's if we can't beat the Giants, man, I mean, we're in big time. I mean, we're in serious trouble. The Space's point is whether we win or not, if we can't stop the run against this team, that's
an indictment.
Man, guilty on all 34 counts right there, bud. But hey, man, listen, I had to keep the show short, but Space, give me your last words, brother. Thank you for coming on the corner of Crazy and Cowboys. Give me your last words, brother.
All I'm gonna say is don't fuck this up tomorrow, Dallas. I'm telling you the hell now, 100%. Because I do not care if it's a win or a loss. You got to show me that this team understands what's wrong. And I think to the point of I don't know what our identity is with Savage was going to. I call it an appetizer sampler offense because it's always a little bit of something every single week. Like, oh, we're the running team this week. Or, oh, we're the passing team this week. Like, it's always something different. And I think that, again, I just can't believe I'm doing this for as long as I have, seeing the same questions. Oh, what is our identity on offense? What is our defense doing? All this other stuff. Yeah, we're an entertainment team. Yeah, that's for sure. But yeah, my last thing is do not go out there on Thursday Night Football and lay an egg because I'm telling you right now, if this
it's gonna be rough.
Or last thing I will say, because I saw the whole Fire Jerry thing trending on Twitter. Bro, if we win, I do not want to see this bullshit of like, oh, we're back. The boys are back. We're going.
No, you know what's gonna happen, man.
It is. I you know it. You know it's gonna happen. I watch everybody, and I'll leave it on that. Mike, thank you so much for having me on.
No, thanks for wanting to come on. Space was the creator of the original roundtable. Yeah, back in the day. Space. I didn't know Space from Adam. He reached out to me in the comment section back on Dallas Cowboy Football News and said, "Hey, I want to do this thing called the Round Table. Do you want to know the inventor of that? It is that guy right there. You guys give it up for Space." Brando put his link to his channel if you haven't subscribed to Space already. I'm surprised if you haven't. Great content over there. He has been a little MIA just because he's been moving and taking care of grown-up things. All right, I watch Space grow up. And so that's how long I've known the kid. So it's good to see you. Thanks, Brando. And you do have a new subscriber there. So that's awesome.
Awesome stuff. Guys, thank you so much for your time. It was good chatting with you guys, and I'm praying to God this team doesn't fuck up. So
whether it's tomorrow or like in the end of the season,
I'm just glad this move's taking my time away from the Cowboys because trust me, like I would be more
I know the feeling. Trust me.
Peace out, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Peace, Space. Peace. Thank you. Savage, give me your last thoughts, man.
Space said it the best, man. You know, it can't just be a win tomorrow. It has to be a go out there, lay a beating on the Giants. It can't be no 17-14 game. It can't be we squeak by them but allow Singletary to have 200 yards rushing, 150 yards. We have to make a statement tomorrow night. And even still, there's going to be a giant question mark because it goes back to can we only beat the bad teams? And we know we got a crazy stretch running ahead of us.
Yeah.
So it has to be like a 31-0 type of win. And I get it. A W is a W, whether it's ugly or whether it's pretty. But they have to make it. Tomorrow has to just be a statement game. If they show lights, if they show the Giants offense anything. And the Giants do have some scary people at skill positions, don't? Yeah. And like Eshan, you brought it up last week that Daniel Jones, when he's scared, he does run, he does go forward. So I just think they have to make a statement. And then, he said it the best that all the fans are just gonna be like, "Oh, we're back, we're going to the Super Bowl," and like, nah, man, you just look, take a step back. And just maybe this team that we thought was a playoff team is just not as good as we thought they was.
100%. Eshan, talk crazy with ending thoughts.
Man, I mean, to echo a lot of what Space said and what Savage said. I mean, look, man, my thing is very simple. Whether or not we win tomorrow or we lose tomorrow, I'm really looking to see if this team, like 1986, can prove me wrong. Like that's just me being the way that I would put it. Because like right now, I hate saying this as a diehard fan. I've been a fan all my life, but I do not believe in this football team. And they have to prove to me whether, again, I mean, a win or a loss is a separate thing. A million things can happen to win or to lose a game. But I want to see the team's pride and the team's heart. Because if we cannot beat the Giants, how in the hell are we expecting to beat the Steelers, the Niners, even for as much as we hate the Eagles, I mean, it's like if we can't beat, and I'm not trying to dog the Giants or whatever, but the truth of the matter is, I mean, that Daniel Jones is not a good quarterback, and we've beaten them routinely over the years. So if we can't beat them, that really will say a lot to me about what this team is. So I agree 100% it's a must-win game. We better win tomorrow. If not, we're in deep shit, even more than we are already right now. But and I don't want to. And we all know how that was going to go tomorrow. If we win, the 90%ers are going to all of a sudden not going to protest at the start. It's going to happen. We know that. So you know what?
I like that.
It's like, let's see how it goes. I mean, for me, this season has always been like, I'll be honest, I didn't expect us to be looking this bad on defense. I knew that there would be struggles, but I mean, I didn't expect to be gashed for 200 rushing yards in a row, 2 weeks in a stretch. So I didn't think that was going to happen. But I mean, let's see how it goes. We must come out with the win. But this team, like right now, unfortunately, I don't believe in them. I want to be proven wrong. That's really all I can really say.
100%. 100%. Guys, the Cowboys need, like Eshawn said, we need pride. We need heart. We need to go fight. And I feel bad for these Giants because I really feel like the Cowboys can go do that. I need them to go be physical. All right? I need them to go win a football game. They can do it on the road. They can't do it at home anymore. The script is flipped. But I need Wandale Robinson. I need Neighbors. I need them in check. I need Singletary in check defense. Mike Nolan. I mean, not Mike Nolan. You play like Mike Nolan.
Yeah.
Mike Zimmer. I need you to get your team ready. Go get your defense ready. Mike McCarthy.
Man,
your job's on the line, dude. Your NFL career is on the line. Start acting like it.
Yeah.
This ain't a lame duck year for you, Mike, because you're interviewing for more coaching opportunities after the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
You're not as good as Dan Quinn, Mike McCarthy. Yeah. Dan Quinn choked the Super Bowl up. Mike McCarthy won one. But if we're being apples to apples, Mike McCarthy is not better than Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn won one as a defense coordinator, by the way. So they both got a Super Bowl ring, right?
Yeah.
So big shout out to Eshawn, Cowboys champs, Danny Savage, and Space Cowboy Media for coming on. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Yeah. Appreciate all the super chats by Winter Allen and Mike. Mike also became a member. He's officially in the corner, as long as Daniel Perez. He's also in the corner. Guys, I can't do it without you guys. This has been a special edition of Talking Crazy on a Wednesday night. Have a good evening. Enjoy your game. I'll see you tomorrow right after with my post game. Cowboy Nation, are you in the Cowboys corner? Peace.